Sometimes Mexico feels like a filmmaker's dream, and Campeche is no exception. It's our 14th state in this grand movie that is Mexico. A dreamy setting with a charm that feels almost designed by a master storyteller. The city's buildings, painted in a palette of sun-washed pastels, stand like a timeless movie set, while the tranquil sea plays its part of creating the soundtrack of waves hitting the rocks. And while it portrays itself as calm, there's this storyline of pirates and valiant battles that are the reason for the walls and forts that stand here today. And in the film of Mexico, Campeche is the underdog, often overlooked, yet hiding a big story to tell. Welcome
to Campeche. We arrived to the beautiful Campeche, and normally we don't arrive to the cities whenever the sun is up.
I know, we're in luck. It looks like it's just about to be sunset, and luckily we're just a few blocks away from the beach.
And just the first impressions, it's beautiful indeed.
It is such a charming and surprisingly quiet city. We found this really cute Airbnb. We'll link it down below. The only thing we want to note though is it's not suitable for working remotely at all. Internet is not good here. In fact, what we learned from the host is that fiber optics just aren't in the city of Campeche due to it being a World Heritage Site.
But right now, let's go to discover this beautiful place.
Go check it out.
As we head to the beach, let's get you familiar with this city. Campeche is a city located on the Yucatan Peninsula and is considered to be one of the least visited states by international tourists. Campeche is the name of the state and the name of the capital city. This city was originally inhabited by Mayans, and they called their city Campeche.
When the Spanish conquered the city in 1540, the name was changed to Campeche, and the colorful Baroque Spanish architecture and cobblestone streets were quickly introduced. With its position right on the Gulf of Mexico, this city turned into an important port for the Spanish trade route. The Malecón is gorgeous and such a calm place. When you first told me this idea of coming here, I thought it was going to be loud, with music, kind of like in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Malecón. Also, it has a path for bicycles. You'll kind of enjoy that. Just imagine you grab a bicycle and the entire Malecón, it will be amazing.
That'd be great exercise. And actually, we're here in March and it's very hot and humid. So maybe in like December when it's a little cooler.
Hey buddy, how you doing? Have you seen Captain Jack Sparrow? We got the sunset and made our way towards where we assume the Centro will be. But along the way, we kept running into pirate statues. We learned that during the 16th and the 17th century, Campeche was frequently attacked by pirates due to it being the hub of the Spanish trade route. This led to the city being surrounded with walls and forts for protection. These fortifications still stand today and were impossible to miss as we made our way around.
This is so cool. It's like you're entering the city, but it feels like I'm on an episode of Game of Thrones or something. I've never seen quite a grand entrance like this in Mexico. Have you, Martin? Is there any place you can think of that has something like this?
It's very weird.
It's very unique.
Juliana loves this kind of colorful houses. I told you have to go to Campeche. A couple of weeks ago we were in Mérida, and Mérida has this, but because it's growing too much, sometimes it's losing it. But over here you can see it at the fullest. The city center is splendid. It's beautiful, colorful, small, charming, but everything that you need. It's so good. Actually right now they are renewing the city center itself, but still it looks gorgeous how they do it.
It's gonna be stunning when it's finished.
Probably. So we're gonna walk around and then we're gonna have dinner.
So surprisingly, actually right after that entrance is a little place called Calle 59, and it's a pedestrian-only walking street that you can see has been overrun by outdoor restaurants and cafes. think this is where we're gonna be having dinner tonight. We walked up and down this street a few times to see if there were any restaurants open that served traditional cuisine, but at the time of day we were here, our options were pretty limited to just bars. We picked Petroni's due to its wider range of food options, ate some bar food, and promised ourselves the search for real Campeche food starts tomorrow.
Good morning, travelers. We're here in Campeche. It's time for another adventure. Let's get some coffee first.
Te quiero decir, te elijo a ti. Si me dan a elegir, te elijo a ti. Para poder vivir, te elijo a ti. Es lo que me hace sentir, te elijo a ti.
My idea of the perfect morning in Campeche starts with enjoying one of the outdoor cafes on Calle 59. And Martina and I have been living off of Airbnb coffee makers for the past few weeks, so we're treating ourselves to cappuccino, espresso, and enjoying the nice breeze that passes down the street. We're at a place called Luan. There's tons of different coffee shops on the street, so just pick your favorite.
Te lo voy a repetir, te elijo a ti, siempre voy a insistir, te elijo a ti, ya no quiero sufrir, te elijo a ti.
I can't believe these are the police cars of Campeche. They're tiny. I don't know where they put the people who are arrested. This is
On their laps.
on their laps. I shouldn't laugh, but seriously, I've never seen a police car like this.
We decided to come back to the Cathedral of Campeche. Yesterday we couldn't get inside because there was a mass, but right now we're ready to discover the inside of this place. I heard the marble inside is beautiful, so let's take a look around.
Nunca te pueden callar.
Next stop is Centro, Casa, and this place is a fantastic representation of houses in Campeche in the 18th and 19th century. What it's meant to show is how after piracy ended, that people opened themselves up more to the world and different types of architecture, and here you can see some fantastic examples of that. My favorite part though is definitely the stained glass windows in the courtyard. At this time of day, the light on the ground is just so beautiful, full of rainbow, and these rooms are of course so opulent, reminiscent of what we saw in Mérida as well.
Tierra sangrando, cruzando la sierra del miedo alejando.
It's so funny whenever we go to museums, because I notice both Martina and I start doing this walk that I'm now calling the museum walk, where you just like, you don't walk like that anywhere else.
We museum walk our way to our next spot, Marganzo, a traditional restaurant covered in murals and serving some hearty Campechano food.
Time for my favorite part of the video, discovering some local food.
That's right, yesterday we promised you that we're gonna find some food traditional from Campeche, so we're in this cool restaurant.
It's called Marganzo, and we ordered two different dishes that are traditional from here. I'm trying something called the tamal tortillado, which has a filling of espelon,
That's right.
which I've never tried before.
It's a type of bean. Yeah, and for me, I ordered the most traditional dish in the state of Campeche, that is pan de cazón. That is actually a little shark.
Now that is very interesting to me. We'll put up a little picture of what we mean. It's not a full-blown shark.
That's right.
Very curious to see what you'll think.
We're hungry. This horchata is so good.
And that's saying a lot coming from Martin, because he is not an agua fresca guy usually.
And normally I just have plain water. But right now over here I want to try everything, so I ordered horchata, and Juliana, of course, as usual, chaya with piña, with
Yeah,
pineapple.
you guys got me hooked on this after our Yucatan food video.
Meet pan de cazón, a Campechano classic that isn't bread at all, but a delicious layered dish. It consists of layers of light fried tortillas, black beans, dogfish sauteed with tomatoes and onion, and topped with tomato sauce.
Such an intense flavor, but it's so good.
That is very good. I love it. Delicious.
Mexico has a lot of churches, but not all of them are the same. Right now we're visiting the Iglesia de San Ramon, where there's a very special crucifix we want to see.
That's right. This one is one of the most famous of the city. Actually, they brought it from Italy, from Civitavecchia in 1563, and arrived to this temple in 1565. Inside of the temple, there are some paintings where they're explaining you the story about this one. That's cool that they say the story.
Yeah, but it's not just the fact that it came from Italy that makes it so special. There's actually a lot of myths around the magic of this piece, and it apparently does some miracles.
That's right. One of the miracles they say, it's whenever they bring it over here in the ship, there was a big storm, and actually the miracle is like they saved the embarcación, the ship, during the transition.
Yeah, and so a lot of people come to this specific Jesus statue to pray and wish for their own miracles. It's definitely a cool place.
Beyond its fascinating story, we were surprised to learn that once a year this crucifix is paraded through the streets and into the waters of the bay on boats to recreate its first arrival to the city. Now there was one last stop on our tour, and no trip to Campeche would be complete without a visit to one of the two forts on either end of the city.
Right now we are in Fuerte de San Miguel. That is one of the 6 constructions that they were built in order to protect Campeche. This one, San Miguel and San Jose, they are over the hills, so they can have a very good perspective if there's a pirate try to attack. These ones you can visit it every single day except Monday. Remember that, because we didn't. Campeche, you surprise us in a million ways.
I've never seen another city quite like this. The walls, the fort, the colors, it all adds to the charm, and we're so excited that we got to visit here.
That's right, but stay tuned because next week we're gonna show you our next state.
Ooh, it's gonna be a good one. Leave your guesses down below in the comments. So long.
Travel well.
And make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time.
Bye.